occupational stresses, I think it is applicable for us, not for you, because you are not in the occupation. You are still a student. Job pressure in the office, job pressure in the office, conflict between the boss and subordinates. These are all occupational pressures. Life changes means it is not also applicable. It may be applicable. When you find that someone is dying before you, that becomes a stress. Death of the spouse, death of the husband, death of the wife, death of the children. Okay, that is also stress. Hassles, like the produce stress. Frustration in our life produce stress. For example, you keep on writing exam and you do not become successful, then you undergo stress. You do not pass the examination. For example, you have the IAS, but you do not clear. If the intention of becoming, or if you have intention of clearing IAS, okay, you do not clear, so you develop frustration, conflict. And I said, between mother and daughter, conflict between teacher and student. So many kind of conflicts may give rise to stress. Cataclysmic events. Do you know cataclysmic events? I think my Odia brothers and sisters, they undergo stress. What kind of stress? You know that every year there will be some announcement that cyclone. Those who are from Nepal, I don't know. Seldom I find anyone from Nepal. Nepal, earthquake, tornado, tsunami, tsunami. These are all cataclysmic events, and all of them give rise to stress. Yeah? Oh, road, filing, okay, all that. Yes. So, stress can be either flight or fight. What is flight? Running away from the situation is called flight, and what is fight? Fighting with the situation is called fight. I'll give it facing the situation. Very good. And for example, is mad dog is running behind you. What will you do? How many of you will run away? Raise your hands. Okay. So if you are good runners, you will run away. If you are not good runners, what will you do? Fight. Are you? Huh? How do you fight? You do not go to gym. You do not go to boxing. How do you fight? Huh? Pick up a stone and throw. So running away from the situation is called fight, and facing the situation is called fight. Got it? So you can take example with this flight and fight. Okay? And during the flight and fight, so Dr. Sally says, we do experience the following phases, and this theory of combining these phases is called adaptation syndrome. Do you know what is adaptation syndrome? Yes, we get adapted to the situation. For example, we are exposed to different kind of stresses. So the moment you are exposed to the different kind of pressure, so what will happen? The body will start recognizing it. That is called alarm. Next is what? Resistance. Body will give its energy to fight with the stress. To fight with the stress. That is called resistance phase or opposition phase. Body will then, if you have good amount of energy, then you can fight. And if you have very negligible amount of energy, so all your energy will be drained away. And that is called exhaustion phase. So when energy drained away, so what happens? Not only frustration, that leads to different variety of diseases. And some of you can say, no, I do not take stress at all. I love to do work in stressful situation. Yes, I know that you have your threshold of doing the work. You can love to do the work in stressful situation because you have good amount of energy. After you drain away all your energy, you'd also become the victim of all this. For some people, you are subjected to stress yearly. Some of you may not be subjected to stress at the early age. It may take time, but stress will destroy us. Got it? So, next is what? This is a graph. I would say it is the x-axis is arousal and the x-axis is performance. When you're, yes, performance. Okay. So when the arousal increases, what happens? This is healthy tension. So the more you adjust yourself, what will happen? That will lead to ill health, and that will further lead to breakdown and burnout. Okay? That will further lead to burnout and breakdown. That is the reason why you start complaining of, I have developed neck pain, I have developed back pain, I have developed, blood pressure, I have developed headache, I have developed something else because of this. Got it? Because of the breakdown. Now we'll try to understand the stress. Now I am becoming a little technical, so I need all of you to pay your attention. Okay? So now the stress can influence mainly the two important system in our body, and they are called endocrine system and nervous system. All of you know what is the endocrine system? Yes. All the glands and their function put together is called endocrine system. And what is nervous system? Nervous activities, nerve impulses, the brain, spinal cord, their function put together called nervous system. So now our stress can influence both the systems. So now you can see it is like our brain also is a special type of subsystem called autonomic nervous system. And under this, and it is further categorized into two. One is called sympathetic nervous system, other one is called parasympathetic nervous system. Now I have a question for all of you. How many of you know how to drive a car? Okay. Bike? All of you. Scooty? All of you. Can you drive a cycle also? But cycle is safe. Okay, cycle is safe. In spite of giving a lot of pressure, in spite of giving a lot of force also, you cannot drive your bicycle at the speed of 100 all the time. Can you? You cannot. Okay. How many of you can drive your bike? Yes. How many of you can drive your bike at the speed of 100 all the time? All the time. Yes. Okay, fine. For both of you. For both of you. Okay? In spite of everything. In spite of everything. In spite of having the bad road conditions. In spite of traffic. In spite of speed breakers. In spite of speeds on the road. Can you drive? Speeds on the road. Speeds. Can you drive? Okay, imagine the situation, you don't care for anything. You don't care for the traffic police. You don't care for the pace. You do not care for the speed breakers. Still, you drive your bike at the speed of 100 all the time. So what will happen? Accident. Or if you are a good controller, what will happen? When there is no accident, there will be wear and tear. So you would have to send your vehicle to AIMS, Kalinga Hospital, Apollo Hospital, hydrate every 15 days. Got it? Or servicing center. So the body is also like a bike. If you drive your bike at the speed of 100 all the time, giving no race, what will happen? You will have to go to the servicing center. All of you know, na? Still you do not recover yourself, you will have to come to our place, Bangalore. In Bangalore, there are good number of good hospitals. Okay? So, So doing the work or accelerating the speed is the work of sympathetic nervous system. God has given you the brake. God has given you to de-accelerate the speed. You're not supposed to accelerate the speed all the time. You're supposed to de-accelerate the speed. You are supposed to give the brake. Got it? For the body also, God has given you a lot of good amount of powerful brake, power brake. God has also given you the system to de-accelerate the speed. You know what is that? That is the work of parasympathetic nervous system. So one is to accelerate the speed, other one is to restore the efficiency of the organ so that the normal functioning of the organ will not be impaired. Normal functioning of the organ will not impair. State of dysfunctioning. If they are impaired, if they are at the state of dysfunctioning, what will happen? They will go wrong. When they go wrong, that will lead to the diseases. Okay? Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Are you with me, or your mind is distracted now? Okay, so now, so during when our sympathetic nervous system is activated, you can find that our eyes are dilated, pupils of the eyes are dilated, your heart rate is more, the breathing rate is more. Got it? And if I record the blood sugar in your blood, I'll find that your the blood sugar level is elevating, shooting up. I'll also find, I'll also find the secretion of many stress hormones. I'll also find your bladder is relaxing, and every time you feel like going for loop. Got it now? When you are under stress, and apart from that, you also feel that your mouth is drying out all the time. Got it? But our parasympathetic nervous system, God has given so nice system for us so that we can restore the efficiency of the organ, and the organs will not go wrong. So still conversation is going on, huh? This is for you, not for me. Huh? For you, na? It is for all of you or not? Oh. So these are the different glands of the body, and during when we are subjected to stress, or when we are subject to stress, they produce a lot of hormones. And the stress hormones are, it can be one of the stress hormone is called. Okay, so before I speak about the stress hormone, now all of you know a college-like structure. In a college-like structure, who is the head in a college? In a senior college, who is the head? Principal. Huh? So under principal, so he is a dean of academics. Okay? Yes, dean or HOD also. Under HOD, there will be professor, assistant professor, additional professor, and all that. Senior professor. So now, imagine a situation. Now a message comes for a lecturer to a principal. Do you think that principal will leave the scene and come all the way to the lecture chamber to deliver the message? So you will call to HOD. Doctor, can you give the message to your professor? So similarly, body also has a college-like structure, and the principal is hypothalamus, and head of the department is a pituitary gland, and pituitary, under pituitary we have the different glands, and they are like the picture of the different specialized. And these glands are like, we have the adrenal glands which are located on the kidney, thyroid gland, we have pancreas, we have thymus, many glands. And during stress, do you know what happens? Body produces a lot of stress hormones, and these stress hormones are called adrenaline, noradrenaline, thyroxine, etc. Apart from that, Then what produces adrenaline and noradrenaline? Our adrenal gland. What produces thyroxine? Our thyroid gland. What produces glucagon? Our pancreas. What produces adrenocorticotropic hormone? Again, our adrenal gland. What produces prolactin is one of the stress hormone? Our pituitary gland. What produces another stress hormone called growth hormone? Again, our pituitary gland. So these hormones are considered a stress hormone and they can bring out a lot of change. So let me give an example. Let me give an example. Let me give what do they do in our body. Do you know growth hormone? All of you know growth hormone? Growth hormone is responsible for our muscles, but it does not have any intelligence. Got it? Not only it helps in growth, repairing, etc. of the body, it also helps in the growth of the many tissues. For example, the muscle tissue. In our body, you will find the abnormal cell, also normal cell. Not only it helps in the growth of the normal cell, it also helps in the growth of a abnormal cell. Got it? So producing growth hormone during stress needs to be handled. Similarly, body also produces another hormone called prolactin, and this prolactin is one of the hormones responsible for lactation after delivery. Now, even the small teenagers, prolactin level is found to be higher because of the psychological stress, because of the conflict in the family, because of the other issues, and when the prolactin is found to be higher in the body, even the teenager girls stop menstruating. In the after 40, if prolactin is found to be higher, it may cause the risk like breast cancer, etc. Because of stress. Okay? Because of apart from that, there are also hormones like thyroxine, etc. They are also supposed to be the stress hormone when they are found to be higher in our blood. Similarly, one of the hormone is also called stress hormone. So they elevate the sugar level in our body. They elevate the other things. And one of the hormone which is found to be producing a lot of abnormal situation in our body is called cortisol, and that is produced by our adrenal gland, which is found or which is located on the kidney. Do you know if it is produced in higher in quantity, what happens? Because of it, if it is found higher in quantity in the blood, what will happen? That will cause forgetfulness. That will cause deletion of the memory. You cannot remember anything. Got it? And apart from that, you will have phobia to the new environment. You will have a lot of things. Got it? So now, all this happens because of the stress hormone. One of the hormone is called DHA, that is called dehydroepialdosteroid. Now, this hormone secretion goes slowly till the age 12, and then its secretion slowly goes down after 12. Now, the scientists have found that this DHEA is also related to aging. Got it? So more the secretion, less will be the process of aging. So less the secretion, the process of aging. So there is no medicine to substitute DHEA. There is no medicine to alter the secretion of the DHEA. Then what is there? Only one practice, and that is yoga. And what is that practice? The meditation practice of yoga can aid in producing more quantity of DHEA so that no one will call you uncle and auntie at the age of 20. At the age of 20, we look odd because we invite aging at the early age. But if DHEA is producing appropriately, will complain at it? Yes. No one will complain. Okay. So now, as I said, the stress hormone can cause, because of the stress hormone, heart rate increases. Because of the stress hormone, blood flow to the muscle increases. Because of the stress hormone, the breathing rate increases. Because of the stress hormone, the intestinal muscle relaxes. The pupils dilate. The blood pressure in the arteries becomes more. Blood sugar also increases. Okay, it is fine. But in the long run, all the reaction will start settling down. When the heart rate increases and it starts settling down, and when you go and consult a doctor, doctor will say you have developed tachycardia. When there is excess amount of blood flow to the skeletal muscle and it settles down, doctor will say because of the excess blood flow to the muscle, you are developing the pain in the muscle. Similarly, it settles down and it may lead to asthma, bronchitis. When the intestinal muscle relaxes and there is no clearing out process called peristalsis, you would start developing constipation. Got it? You will start developing, you cannot clear out your bowel. Similarly, when the pupils are dilated in the long run, it may develop cataract, retinopathy, many eye complications. Similarly, when the blood pressure is found to be higher and it settles down over a period of time, it leads to what? It leads to hypertension or high blood pressure. When the blood sugar starts settling down, and over a period of time, when you go and consult a doctor, doctor will say you have developed diabetes. Got it? And this may be the long-term effect. I know that you may not feel now, but after you come to, after probably after 4 or 5 years, you may definitely experience. So my intention is to for you to learn some technique that will help you to
Stressless.
relieve your stress. Okay. So at the given level, you may self-harm, you may harm your body, you may go for, you may have suicidal tendency, ideation, cutting, you may withdraw from the family and social life. There will be anger outbursts, there will be unexplained mood changes or showing. At the physical level, I have said a lot of things. At the cognitive level, you would have depression, anxiety, frustration. You would have, personality disorder, split personality. Got it? Identity health disorder. Okay? So the detail of different psychological problems you may be subjected to. Okay? So, and stress is multifactorial. At the, like this is emotional level, this is our behavioral level, this is, so this is our mind level, this is our body level. At the body level, you can experience headache, frequent infection. The muscles will get twitched up. Muscular twitches, fatigue, skin will start irritating. There will be breathlessness. At the emotional level, there will be loss of confidence, more fusy. You will become more irritable. You will become more depressed, and you will become isolated and apprehensive. And at the given level, you will be more prone to the accident. There will be loss of appetite, loss of, you start drinking more. Got it? Drinking more means alcohol and all that. Okay? Insomnia. You would have lack of sleep, restlessness. You would start smoking more. Similarly, at the mind level, you would have muddled thinking. You would start worrying more. You would have nightmares. Nightmare means all of you know. Nightmares? Okay. Indecisions, negativity, hasty decision, confused mind, etc. That is also because of stress. Now, why it happens in the modern day? Previously, it was not happening. Why? What happens in the modern age? It happens in the modern age because we have large number of demanding situations. Now, father says to the child, you would have to become first in the class. You would have to stand first in the class. If you do not can't talk in the class, I cannot show my face to the society. Okay? We are highly sensitive and shy. We are highly sensitive. I do not know how many of you are shy. Got it? And then we are perfectionists. Perfectionist is not applicable to Indian. It is applicable to foreigners. Okay? We have many targets to be achieved in our life. Got it? So now, so it is possible. Now, it is possible. Now, the scientists do believe that we have in our brain, we have a subsystem called limbic system. The word limbic means is derived from the word limbus. Limbus means a ring-like structure, and this is otherwise called emotional cortex. That is the place of the brain where we house the negative emotions like anger, frustration, jealousy, greed, etc. And so there, a negative emotion takes its shape. Got it? And all the parts of the brain, I'm not going to explain, I'm not becoming so scientific. These are the parts of the brain responsible for, or they are the parts of the brain that constitute the limbic system. Got it? And limbic system is the system of the brain which is responsible for having or storing the negative emotions. Then do you know what happens when you start storing the negative emotions? What will happen? What will happen? That will take shape like a tree. Now we'll try to understand. Stress, psychological stress is of two types, and they are de-stress and eustress. D means what you know? D means killing stress. All of you know Abhimanyu Chakravyuha. Abhimanyu had a skill of getting into the circle of one. But Abhimanyu did not have the skill to come out from the circle of one. So all of us are like Abhimanyu. We know we have the skill of getting into the circle of one, but we do not have any skill of coming out from it. Got it? De-stress means killing stress. What is eustress? Eustress means essential stress. During examination, you take a lot of stress. Mother says, you report me at 6 o'clock, you will report her at 6 o'clock. If you do not report her at 6 o'clock, you will get a lot of scolding. After your examination gets over, that is called eustress. Essential stress. If we do not take some amount of stress, we will become lethargic, we will become lazy. No? So now we are going to discuss about the de-stress. As I said, limbic system is meant for storing the emotions. And when the emotions are stored, they take shape like a tree. Okay? And this is our eustress. So till this, fine. This is health. Here, the deterioration starts in your health. That leads to poor performance, and slowly it leads to ill health. Okay? So now, when you look into the de-stress is many phases, and there are cyclic phase, psychosomatic phase, organic phase, and somatic phase. Do you know? Okay. Now, if you sow a seed on a fertile land, what will happen? When you put a seed on a fertile land, what will happen? It will sprout out. It will germinate. Cultivate emotion in your mind. It will also cultivate. It will also take the form of a tree. That is called psychic phase. Psyche means mind. Then when it takes the form of a tree, the tree will grow in the air or they grow in the body. That is called psychosomatic phase. This emotion, your emotion is taking shape. For example, someone said, one of your friends said, you are behaving yourself like a dog. This dog settles down your mind. Friend said, dog, why do you correlate yourself like dog? Are you a dog? No, na. So this dog what settles down? Let's say he got negative thought. and it will take my friend's diameter. So now there will be a tree of dog in my body. That is called psychosomatic phase. Psycho means mind, soma means body. Okay? Organic phase means what? They will start spreading out its branches. This tree will have its branches in the various organs of the body. And then the normal functioning of the organ will start impairing. And what will happen? The impairment will be manifested in the form of symptoms, and various symptoms are put together called a disease. A disease is body level, soma means body. Okay, you can see this is the tree of an emotion, and your emotions settles in your subconscious mind. It takes the form of a tree, spreads out the various organs, and its function is impaired. And when the function is impaired, what will happen? What will happen? You will start experiencing the symptom, and many symptoms are put together called a disease. How would you relieve it? How do you relieve it? So now, at the body level, when you are stressed or when you are stressed up, you will find that either you are overeating or latijirnatvam, or you are eating less called kujirnatvam, or whatever you are eating that is giving rise to gastritis or hyperosity, that is called kujirnatvam. Got it? Irregular heartbeat. Sometimes your heart is beating fast, sometimes your heart is beating slow. Sometimes your appetite is more, sometimes you are eating more, sometimes you are eating very less. There will be sudden reversal of the old habits like drinking, smoking, etc. Got it? And it may lead to lack of sleep called insomnia. At the mind level, there will be speed in the thoughts. Got it? There will be speed on the thoughts. And what will happen? You negative emotion in your mind will become predominant. Negative thoughts in your mind will remain predominant. At the and you can also feel when you start experiencing, you can also feel that your breathing is becoming haphazard. You have your breathing rate sometimes is increasing. That is because of stress. And all of you will become the witness of all these problems. No one is going to become the witness. You are going to identify your problem. You are going to become the witness for all the problems. And the moment you start witnessing all the problem, yes, now I am facing the stress, I am struggling with the stress. Now let me find out a proper solution to tackle my stress. Put a different solution. My solution can be at various level, at the body level, at the mind level, at the nana level, at the level of my happiness. Asana, and at the level of prana, I can introduce breathing practices. At the mind level, I can practice jhana, and at the vijnana mayakasa or the gnana level, I can take counseling from others, spiritual counseling from others. I start reading the scriptures. At the another mayakasa level, I do something, associate myself with the fruit of all of you. So now, do you know heard? This is the last example for all of you. I am going to give an example. Because of stress, this happens at this age. That's what I'm saying. Because for many cases. No, rheumatoid arthritis. How many of you have heard about it? Rheumatoid arthritis means you will have arthritis or you will be inflammation in the small joints of your body. You may develop asthma. You may develop colitis, inflammation in these lines. Do you know what is? Do you know why do we develop at a very early age? When we are subjected to stress, what will happen? All of you know, in our body we have variety of regiments. Army. The way we have variety of regiments in our India, we have Gurkha regiment, Maratha infantry, we have Assam rifles, we have Dart regiments, we have Rajput regiments, etc. Similarly, in our body also we have different regiments. And yes. And one of the powerful regiment is do not T cell. T for they undergo the training in a particular plant. That's why they are called T cell. One of the regiment is called B cell because they undergo the training in bone marrow. That's T for bone marrow. Okay. Imagine a situation like, for example, Gurkha regiment. Now Gurkha regiments want a proper place for their training and proper coach who can train them. Imagine a situation. Now they need government funding, right? They need a proper coach. Imagine a situation, they have been allotted a place, but there is no proper funding from the government and there is no coach available. So what will happen? Do you know that? What will happen when there is no coach is available to train them? When there is no proper funding from the government, so what will happen? They cannot undergo proper training and they will revolt against the government. They will become crazy. When they become crazy, so what will happen? Instead of fighting with the enemy, like enemy that comes from outside into our body, instead of killing them, they will start killing our own body cells. When they start killing our joint cells, that leads to rheumatoid arthritis. When they start killing our mucosa cell in the airways, that leads to asthma and bronchitis. When they start killing our epithelial tissue in our intestine, that leads to colitis. Got it? So that is called autoimmune disease. For your information, medical science, there is no medicine available. Then what is available in our medical science? There is something called steroid. Okay? Steroid is like a bomb. When a regiment revolts against the government, what will happen? The government will give the instruction to the other regiment, go and drop a bomb on their training centers. So similarly, what will happen? The doctor will treat us with steroids. Got it now? That is again because of stress. And when you take steroid, it has a lot of side effects. Got it? So through the practice of, that is the reason why our Muni Rishi, our ancestor had given a lot of beautiful contributions to tackle the disease, to tackle the many stress-induced problems, and they are through the practice of yoga. Got it? Yes. So in the first session, you have gone I know that clapping is an indication to complete the class. Yes, I am completing. Okay, so I'll be doing.